Hello, Pete. Welcome to Bitcoins, Comic, and Stock Trading Chat. Happy Monday. Well, maybe not so happy. Okay, so let's jump right into it. As usual, I don't expect a lot of people to be here. It is 9:30 a.m. on Monday. Most people should be at work instead of watching my live stream, right? Anyhow, if you're here, I'm sure you are aware how Bitcoin and other crypto are doing right now since last night. Listen, the title of this video is Discipline but Stay Nimble. Okay, so let me talk about this. When it comes down to the stock market, hello, Kid Collector Comics. When it comes down to the stock market, okay, let's talk about the stock market first because I have been involved in the stock market for a few decades. One of the things that I try always is be disciplined, but at the same time, stay nimble. Okay, it's possible to be disciplined and nimble at the same time. Does it make sense when you hear that, right? Discipline, but then be nimble, because that means that you can change your mind, right? How that apply is that if you buy a stock, okay, and you have a price target, you have an expectation of what the stock is, then to have a dogma kind of approach, like, I like this company because I believe in a certain product, but stay nimble. What happened if something go wrong? What happened if, let's say you buy a drug company, right? Because there's a lot of positive buzz about a new drug. And when that drug fail, okay, and usually when, a drug company that have a potential good drug that can be approved, the stock run up really high, okay? Because the market expect the drug to be approved and make big money. And then bad news happen. The third trial of the test fail, the stock tank. What do you do? Well, first, if you discipline, you should have a stop at a certain level, so you would be out of the stock at a certain point, hopefully not at the bottom, but be nimble in that you have to change your mind. The thesis for why you own that stock or why you bought that stock has changed, okay? So it's okay to be disciplined. You should be disciplined. Part of investing and trading is being disciplined, whether it's dollar cost averaging into a position or buy into a position slowly, building a position. But if the thesis change, you have to be nimble and change your mind and say, that's it, I'm out of this stock. Okay, so let's transfer over to Bitcoin. It's not a secret, I've been buying since March and April, okay? My cost average is something like in the 14,000, okay? So I have a low cost because luckily I bought a lot when it was under 10,000. So even though I'm cost averaging in a penny here, a penny there, it doesn't, I'm not chasing, I'm not buying the high, I don't know who the heck it was that was buying Bitcoin when it's 42,000 2 days ago or even yesterday. Who? It make no sense. Okay, I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they were thinking, hey, the sky, the parabolic move straight up was absolutely normal, absolutely logical. So I can't say what other people are thinking. All I can say is I have been saying since last week when the move over 30 was pretty impressive, as well as not logical. Okay, I don't care what other people say. Okay, you turn onto YouTube and you will have countless amount of videos of people predicting things and pumping and hyping. I can't even look at the thumbnails. Okay, so many of those thumbnails are so ridiculous. with people faces going, oh, you know all those channels, all right? So, and many of those channels are very good. Okay, a lot of those channels are excellent in what they are saying, excellent in the analysis, but at the same time, you have to understand that they are going from moment to moment, sometimes hours by hours. It's not even weeks. Okay, they can make a video 10 a.m. in the morning on how great things are, and then 3 hours later, oh, warning, big warning, flashing sign, this candle do this, that candle do that. Try not to be swayed by the daily movement, because it is, Bitcoin is very, for those that's on the sideline, if you're on the sideline and you're watching the crazy action, right? Going from 20 to 25 to 30 to 40. If you're watching that kind of movement, is that normal? Is that logical? Something can double in 2 weeks. Is that okay? um, and then, of course, it crashed from 42 to 30, just over 30,000, right? It gave back 30% like that. And you know, a lot of people have predicted that this can happen. If you have been in Bitcoin and followed Bitcoin since, say, 2017, you have seen quite a few large decline in the magnitude of 30 to 40%. This has happened so many times. Okay, so many times. So it should not be a shocker. So back to my being disciplined. Quite a few people have asked me in the past, well, not a few, not a lot, a few people have asked me in the past 2 weeks on my strategy on how to scale into Bitcoin position, as Bitcoin was going from 25 to 28 to 30, 32, 34, 36, all the way to 40, okay? Like, my strategy is that I definitely don't want to buy anything at the all-time high, okay? When Bitcoin was at 40, I said, heck no. When Bitcoin was 41, I said, heck no. When Bitcoin was 42, I said, heck no, okay? How or where do I put my buy order? As I mentioned, Bitcoin dropping 10% can happen in literally minutes, okay? In minutes, in any given point, on any given day, in any given hour, it can drop 10% like that, okay? It happens so many times. So naturally, my first smallest order is to buy it 10% or so lower than a level that I think is a sustainable high, but could be a floor later, okay? For those who understand technical analysis, you understand what I'm saying. Something can be a resistance, can turn into support later, okay? Understand that term. When a stock, when a stock or Bitcoin is going up at a certain level, it is resistant. It hit that and it go down. At some point, it break through that level, okay? And then it bounce on top of that level. Each and every time it crashes, then it turns into a support. Now, does the support gonna hold forever? Can it crash through? Absolutely, okay? So when I pick a top, like a top point for me to put in a 10% purchase, I look at the price movement and say, okay, is 40 potentially could be a future support? Maybe. Definitely not when the high is 42, right? Because it can crash to 40 like a hot knife through butter, okay? But my first and smallest buy is right there. I can buy a penny or whatever it is that people want to buy. For those that ask me, like, well, you know, where I buy, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy 1 penny 10% lower than the 40K support or resistance that I think. So I leave it up to you, to each person, to do their own technical analysis and to watch other people levels to come up with their own numbers, but I'm just telling you my numbers, okay? I put in the first order at 36K. And then what's the next one? The next one I say, what if it dropped 15%? It has done that before. So naturally I put in at 34K. And then I put in another order. What happened if it dropped 20%? Okay, so 32K is the next one. And then I put in a big one. The biggest order is when I predict a 30% decline. Okay. I have another order that is like a pipe dream where I put like a 40% decline way below, right? But that's where I put my level of limit orders in. Now, the part of being nimble is that a lot of time Bitcoin make crazy moves at 2 a.m. when I'm sleeping. So it's nothing I can do. I place those orders in and it happened and boom, nothing I can do about that, okay? That's what happened yesterday. Yesterday when Bitcoin decided to have that first initial move down and go below 36, guess what? My order at 36K took place. It went, I bought 1 penny of Bitcoin at 36K. Morning, Moneyball, Omega Comics, and Comic Mac Music. Kid Collector Comics, the hardest thing to overcome eventually for most collectors or most traders or investor is that you don't look at, you don't get scared, okay? The term scare should be thrown out of your vocabulary once you participate in the market long enough, because if you get scared on a 10% or 20% pullback on a stock or crypto, if you get scared, okay, this is not a knock on you. I have no idea how old you are or how new you are, but if you get scared too often in situation like that, this is not the game for you, because this will happen all the time in the stock market. Trust me, if you buy stock, you will know some of your position can drop 10, 20% like that, okay? That's the way it is, okay? It's, do I like 10, 20, 30% pullback? No, nobody like to lose money, okay? Let me make it very clear. Nobody like to lose money, but at the same time, being scared is not part of the mental mindset that you should have. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that, you know, you should look at that as, okay, it happened, nothing to be scared about. If you are disciplined on entering into crypto, if you are disciplined into buying to crypto, then look at the drop, the 10, the 20, the 30% drop that we got so far is opportunities, okay? Instead of being scared of anything. Yeah, that's the kind of mindset you need to develop. It's not an easy, that's the hardest part. The hardest part, and I talk about this all the time, the hardest part for investors / traders in any market, stock market, comic market, or Bitcoins, is that it's easy for people to sit here. It's easy for a lot of people to sit here last week, right? Last week as Bitcoin was hitting 40 and go higher, a lot of people was happy because their portfolio was awesome. At the same time, a lot of people would say, I definitely don't want to pay 40, but I might like to buy at 30 or whatever number they want to throw out there. Well, guess what? When it got there, what did you do? Were you disciplined enough to buy? Now, speaking of nimble, luckily, is, well, I would say luckily, because I don't know yet. It has yet to play out completely. But this decline in Bitcoin took place this morning, early this morning, and so it gave me time. It gave me time to be nimble, because I don't just have to rely on my orders I placed yesterday or last week or whatever, right? So what I did was I saw the decline, and it's unlike previous declines in the past months where Bitcoin would experience a sharp 10 to 15% drop and snap right back. Okay, that has happened multiple times going back to November. You see a sharp down, and just as sharp as it went down, it snapped back within minutes. The opportunities to buy Bitcoin at 28,000, 27,000 was literally minutes. It just snapped back too quickly to go over 30. But what I saw yesterday and today and over the weekend tell me that Bitcoin is in for a period of downturn that could last days. Days seem awful. Days. So I was able, well, I adjust my buy that I had at 34, 32, and 28. Okay, I kept my 28, but I adjust my buy down to 32 and 30. Okay, so I bought some at 32. I almost bought it. Where is it now? Let me look. 33.7 right now. It's 33.7. So I was able to buy some at a good deal compared to what I had, a previous order that's set at 34. Luckily, I was able to revise that down to 32. So yay me, saved myself 2,000. And then I replaced my order at 32 to 30. But I think the lowest Bitcoin went this morning was 30,700 something or 400, whatever it is. It's not there yet. I kept my order at 30 and 28 in place, and that's fine. And that's part of being nimble. Okay, I'm still disciplined in that I want to add into Bitcoin. Okay, for those that are looking to get into Bitcoin, that have yet to get into Bitcoin but want to get into Bitcoin, well, Bitcoin was 42, now it's 33. Okay, and so at one this morning, earlier today, it was down 30%. Okay, so at which point do you think that it's low enough? I'm not telling you that this is the time to get in. Okay, I'm telling you that have a game plan, have something, just as I mentioned in the last Bitcoin video. You have to have a game plan. You have to pick a point. Instead of like saying, here's the thing. There's people that have a game plan and then they chicken out. Okay, there's people that say, I want to buy Bitcoin if it dropped to 35. And then now they're freaking out. Now they're freaking out like, oh my God, it's 33. Or the sky is falling. And if for those that enter into Bitcoin and think that this is the end, as far as where the high can be is 42. If the high of the year is 42, as in last 3 days ago, there's no reason for me to be in this space. Okay, I am not ashamed to admit that I like to make money. So if for me buying into Bitcoin and thinking that 42 was a top, why would I be here? I'd be gone. I would be gone at 40. Put a stop order in and say bye-bye, thank you, time to move on to something else. J Hood Creative said, I wish the value of GSX would decline by about 500 in mid-grade. That's where I want to buy at. Is it possible? Now, I think the stock market is down this morning, but it broke all-time high Friday. So let me see where the stock market is. It's down 0.5%. NASDAQ is down 1%. NASDAQ is down 1.3%. S&P 500 is down 0.8. The Dow is down 0.6. Meh. Okay, a whole lot of meh. But just like Bitcoin did, okay, there's a high correlation between the stock market and Bitcoin. Okay, high correlation. I don't like that. Okay, I wish I wish I see less correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market. That's my one annoying thing that I see on how Bitcoin had behaved in the past year. Okay, there's way too much correlation. I prefer an asset that does not correlate so close with the stock market. Okay, the stock market seems to have correlation with just about all market these days. Housing market is at the all-time high. Collectible market is near the all-time high or at the all-time high. Bitcoin was at the all-time high Friday and Saturday. So yeah, there is an extreme high correlation between all market. The reason why I don't like that, because then it's a psychological thing. A big part of investing and trading is psychological, right? You don't want to buy, you don't want your portfolio to go up when the market is up and then go down when the market is down. It'd be nice when the market is down and your portfolio is up sometime. Okay, so it's that's just me. Other people may disagree, but as a long-term trader / investor, I like to have things that are not correlated so closely, because the last thing I want to do on any given day is turn on the computer and see everything red. Who like that? Who in the world like that? Guns say, I'm not sure if I should flip my Thor God Butcher now or wait. I can't say much there because I don't know about that. Well, I heard about that book. I don't know why. Well, I know why it's hot. Okay. The question is, it makes little sense to me on many of these things that are hot. Okay, the market has, the comic market. You know, if you thought the crypto market, the Bitcoin market has gone crazy, the comic market has gone down the crazy path, if not even worse. Okay, why do I say that? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, very few people on YouTube would talk about TV related books. 2 years ago, even a year ago. There's always people on YouTube that pump and hump and hype any books, regardless of how irrelevant it can be. Okay, that's always have been on YouTube for years, so it's not new. But all of a sudden this year, you know, TV shows, books are just blowing up. Part of it because there's no movies, right? There's no movies, so speculators, gamblers, humpers, pumpers are looking for something to pump, to bump, to lump, and that's it. They got Star Wars. That's it. So you know, all the humping and lumping and bumping and hyping and it's all there. It's all there. So TV related shows went down the crazy path there. Okay, does it make sense to me? I have little in that market, so it's not like I'm participating. I'm not participating in that whatsoever. As always, you know, on any books, on any level of hype mania, it's always good to hold on to the books until at least the trailer. Okay, at least whenever that is, because sure, the book may top out and level out before the trailer, but there's potentially another move up when the trailer come out, because it got a little bit more exciting for some people, right? It's fun to speculate, it's fun to buy something for your wall, but then when you see the trailer, you get all jazzed up. You want another copy because one is not enough. Oh yeah, you know, there are people like that. There are people like that. Yeah, I mean, if you speculate in Star Wars modern books, there are a lot of money being thrown into a lot, a lot. Hey, BTC to the moon guy. Well, today, BTC to the moon, you're back to the moon. If you missed my earlier chat today, go back and watch the first 30 minutes. I talk about my view on the current crypto, and basically to summarize it, for those that just came in, stay the course. If you're scared because of what happened, maybe this is not for you. Okay, being scared in the market is down is not the right mental mindset to have. Okay, because it shouldn't be scary. Okay, you shouldn't be happy. Okay, nobody will be happy to see a 10 or 20% decline, but at the same time, have a plan. If you have a plan to add more, if you have a plan to enter in the market, execute the plan. Okay, that's why the plan is there. That's why I preached about having a plan. If you don't have a plan, then all you're doing is act on your emotions. And act on your emotions are the worst enemy of any traders slash investor, because you are doing exactly what will fail anyone. Let me repeat that. If you act on your emotion in any capacity in the market, you are going to be on the wrong end of the trade very often, to the point where it will blow you out. If you are the kind of person that chase up a stock because of the FOMO, because you gotta have what other people talk about, you will get blown out eventually. Just like Bitcoin. If you are buying Bitcoin at 42K because all the YouTubers out there are talking to the moon, you see crazy price prediction of 160K, 400K, a million this, a million that, calm yourself down. Okay, calm yourself down. It's nonsense. Okay, it's that's what people do. Okay, they get the millions of views. Okay, obviously a lot of people are buying into that nonsense, and that's part of the FOMO. Okay, oh, let me turn off my son's alarm. He forgot to turn it off. Can sleep in, but on the weekday he need to get up at 8 o'clock to be ready for the bus 30. But yeah, other than that, hopefully I have outlined, discussed enough about being disciplined but nimble. Okay, my view on Bitcoin has not changed one bit. I was able to add 2 pennies, and hey, they get down to a low level, I will buy more. And have a great day, everybody. Okay, time for me to watch the market and see all the gloom and doom and sad faces on CNBC, because the market's down. People not happy. Bye.